It's me, Alexandra. I'm back. Also, if you guys were enjoying that video, just do command vid. Answer the question, sorry, you have to go to the YouTube video on Envy's channel and watch it if you want more content like that. You know, you gotta give these videos a thumbs up so we could do more. Talk about a cliffhanger. Cuts it off before the Schlatt video. How convenient. What can I say? I'm a marketing genius. I'm a marketing genius. Also, I finally got the extension that lets us listen to any kind of music while streaming, and it doesn't show up in the clicks. There you go. Yes, I fixed the tech. I told you I would, and I did. Oh, here it is. There you go. Yes. Yes. Boom. Yes, today is a chess day. We are going to be studying chess, trying to get a little bit better. Can someone check? Yeah, can somebody please check that the system is working? Vila, I looked into it and I saw what was wrong, so it should be working now, but you know, just in case I mess it up, like I guess sometimes do. Oh, what happened to the screen? Sorry, give me 1 second. Cute Pepe's. Your hair is pretty today. Thank you so much. I actually appreciate it because I was having a bad hair day. I only put my hair up when I'm having a bad hair day. The VOD is working. Let's go! DMCA. Who? The sincerity with which Alex declared she would not trade Andrea for anyone as a sister was adorable. Well, it's true. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You know, we have our ups and downs, but I wouldn't trade Andrea. Let me put a game in the bed.
If I pooped in your bedroom.
Why do you have to,
on your bed, like,
Andrea, why do you have to ruin the moment?
Like in the middle of the sheet.
If you pooped on my bed? Why would you poop on my bed?
Doggo, you know?
Why would you poop on my bed?
Would you still not trade me if I did that?
Let's not find out. Jack Smallvoice, thank you so much. Like, I'm out here, you know, being wholesome. Yeah, Andrea's my sister. She's awesome, blah, 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 blah. And then she goes, oh, what if I took a big shit in your bed? Would you still keep me? Like, why the fuck are you testing me, Andrea? I don't need this.
I just want to know the... Oh, by the way, is it okay if I buy your ninja suit today?
Thanks, Marmaduke, for the 4 months. You're buying my ninja suit? Can you just make sure it'll fit me? Like, check how tall, because usually they're too short on me.
Okay.
Yeah, you could buy the ninja suit. Oh, she's a mess, Alex. Yeah, I know. Andrea, dude.
I'm not a mess.
The amount of fights I've had with Andrea over not peeing in my bathtub is actually absurd at this point.
You are the absurd one.
No, me requiring that you don't pee in the bathtub that I use is a very...
We're in like a hotel.
We were in a hotel and we're sharing it, and she always takes a piss in the bathtub.
It's a shower.
It's a shower and a bathtub. I take baths. Now you ruin my bath experience because you're always fucking peeing in it like a little dog who can't control its bladder. Just get out and use the toilet. Just use the toilet.
I literally never do it, and when I do, it's not even a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's literally just H2O that's been...
It is a big deal. The image of you showering with the little yellow at the bottom ruins the bathing experience for me. I cannot enjoy my baths knowing that you went first and took a fucking piss. That's why. Okay.
Don't even do it.
Anyway. It's just, I've asked her so many times to stop doing it, and nothing I do has gotten Andrea to stop peeing in the bathtub.
I wouldn't even trust a bath in a hotel room. So that's where you're going wrong. I bet you they don't clean it and you're sitting in just hundreds and hundreds of people's filth. And their urine too. Probably so many people have peed in those bathtubs before you take a bath.
Yeah, and they clean it before we go.
I don't know.
And honestly, your pee grosses me out more than other people's. It does.
That doesn't even
It does.
make sense.
It does. Anyway, it's fine. I'm never gonna convince her. It is what it is.
You sent me a photo of your shit, but I can't pee in the bath.
The reason I did that was because you were rushing me while I was pooping, and I said, Andrea, please let me finish pooping. And you kept being like, no, Alex, I need you to respond to this now. I was like, I'm pooping. And you were like, do it now. So I sent her a photo of my poop so she'd leave me the fuck alone to finish my business. That's what happened. That's why I was fucking tilted.
Uncalled for. I was not rushing you.
Ugh.
No need to send me a photo of your poop. You just wanted to do it.
No, I didn't just want to do it. I don't like doing stuff like that. You're turning me into a goddamn animal, Andrea. You're turning me into an animal. Oh, sorry. Let's just jam out for a second. Let's just jam out.
Oh,
okay.
My tummy hurts.
Oh God. We said that at the same time.
Oh man, I'm in pain.
Anyway, so today I wanted to do some serious chess analysis. I actually have the Reassess Your Chess workbook right here. How to master chess and balances. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Get out the peepo G's. We're about to have a good fucking time. Okay? We're about to learn about the middle game. Ooh, it's getting spicy today. It's getting spicy today. Answer the following questions. No moves are necessary. Yeah, I'm not doing this. Man, they ask a lot of trick questions. I'm so excited. Honestly, look, I'm gonna pause the music for a second because for those of you who are not excited to study chess, but you like chess, maybe you've just never had a teacher that lights your soul on fire, or somebody who is teaching you with pure, genuine excitement to be looking at those, okay? We're gonna have a good time. Sorry, here's the song. I don't want to take it away from you guys. Here's the song. So I think we're gonna have a good time. I like studying chess. You guys are gonna love studying chess after this lesson. It's gonna be a great time. Honestly, I might even change the category to chess. We don't need no education teacher, Bojas. Yes. Yo, Cyberbob Smith, thank you so much for the 3 months. I appreciate it. Also, I still have a little bit of a lisp. As you guys know, I have temporary veneers on right now because I wanted to see how they feel in my mouth because I'm getting some of my teeth straightened out. But these teeth are too big because they're placed on top of my regular teeth and they've been giving me a lisp, but they're coming off in like 3 days. So, whew, almost there. Just do Invisalign. I'm doing Invisalign. Yeah, I'm doing Invisalign as well, which I have done already in the past. Okay.
And then lost it because you live with your head in the clouds and you never know where you put anything and you lose everything.
Yes. Was it painful? Yeah, I mean, they basically took a huge chunk of my gums and reduced it because that's part of what I did. So they just kind of cut into your gums. And I had a lot of anesthesia, but I could still feel some of it. And then you smell the flesh burning. And then they drilled my teeth a little bit smaller so that I could put stuff over the ones that aren't straight. And that was, I could feel that as well. And it was like a whole 6 hours and a half. So yeah, it wasn't a pleasant experience, but the worst is over. And now we're just gonna get these little fake ones off of my teeth and just straighten up a couple of them that weren't natural. And the gum line is reduced a little bit. And then I'm gonna get Invisalign on my bottom teeth. So yeah. Anyway, okay, let's get to studying. I need music that I can study to, so I think I'm gonna change. This music is nice, but I don't think I can study to it. Let's try. Okay, all right, cool. So let's put an analysis board on. And Andrea, shh. Okay, and let's see. I'm not gonna so basically this is a chess workbook and it's on the middle game. So I'm gonna put in wait, Are these the answers or the workbook? Give me a second. Problems. Ah, what about opening? Now, let's start with the opening. I suck at openings. Okay, all right. In this modern age... No, I can't listen to this music. I can't listen to this. Sorry. We need to do, like, something different. The book is... It's How to Reassess Your Chess workbook. The opening phase of a chess game has gotten a bad reputation. Huge databases, a seemingly endless array of opening books, and the sheer volumes of variations that apparently must be memorized make even the bravest chess players want to run and hide. Beginner's book. Paint a somewhat less intimidating picture of opening play. Get your pieces out quickly. Use your pawns to gain space and control the center. The platitudes go on and on. If only the realities of opening mastery were as simple as this. Thanks to these basic books, most players think that the opening revolves around the development of both sides' armies. While true in a limited sense, this is actually a view that misses the big picture. Ooh, I like the way he's setting this up. He's like, this is what you thought, but this is what I'm teaching you. The real purpose of an opening is to create a difference or a series of differences in the respective positions and then develop your pieces around these facts so that hopefully these differences, imbalances, will eventually favor you. All right. So let's get on to some of these problems. Let's get into these problems. Wow, book reading, such fun. You know what? It is. Don't worry. Okay, let's start with the first problem. I'm going to put it on the board, and I'm going to let you guys think about it. I'm not going to look at chat while I'm trying to solve them, though. Okay, here we go. I should have maybe put the PGNs ahead of time, but I didn't. I'm sorry. We're going to put them now. And we're going to work through these. So these are opening strategic puzzles, which I think are going to be interesting because I think my opening, I just suck at openings, and I honestly hate openings. If I could somehow reinvigorate my passion for openings, that feels like it would be a good time. But I probably won't. Anyway, we're going to try. Let's get to it. I'm tired of losing out of the opening. I should just study theory, shouldn't I? Okay, this is black to move. I'm going to change the music so that we could focus. Minimal techno. Sorry, I have to play things that are not going to distract me. Okay, perfect. I'm going to make the board a little bit bigger for myself. Okay, here we go. Can we see the board all right? Okay, perfect. I'll make it bigger for you guys because we're not looking at the time here. We're just looking at the position. Okay, here we go. So here it is. I promise it's going to go a little bit more smoothly after this initial hurdle. All right, here we go. So this is a puzzle. And we're working through opening puzzles. So this is black to move. And it says black, whose pawn f7 to f5 was answered by e takes f5, has to recapture his pawn on f5. What is the best way to do this? So do you take back with the pawn or with the bishop? It doesn't make a lot of sense to take back with the rook. And this is something you get very common in the opening. I usually would take with the g pawn here because I think I want to control the e4 square. Although it is also tempting to take with the bishop because you get an attack, but then you get a piece that comes to the middle. I'm guessing you take with the g pawn and then later you go for things like f4 and your bishop has this long diagonal. So I'm going to say take with a pawn. Chat, what would you guys do? Man, this book has been through some shit. The pages are falling out. Oh, Lord. Okay, what do you think is the best way to do this? Let me see where they have the answers so that we can check them in between each puzzle. 1 second. I'm guessing the solutions are at the end. Solutions. Yeah. Okay, let me have somewhere open for the solutions so we can check. Almost there. Solution, the opening. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay, So, are you guys ready to get the answer here? So it says rook. So first it starts by eliminating. Rook takes f5 doesn't make sense. But bishop takes f5 would be very tempting for a lot of players. Okay, so the correct answer is g takes f5, and the book is answering why bishop takes f5 is wrong. So the problem with bishop takes f5 is that white gains control over the e4 square by playing something like knight d4, and that is the big theme here. So we are correct. You want to take with the pawn. You don't want to let white be able to get into the center here. Is there anything else? Okay. So black's best move is g takes f5. The author says that it's a move that horrifies many players because they think they're opening up their king side. So this is something that people would be afraid to do because, you know, now the g file is a little bit more vulnerable for your king. However, there's a lot of good points too. The knight can come to e4. Black's central pawns are mobile. Makes sense. And it opens the g file. Yeah, I agree. Okay, cool. So we got the first one correctly. The name of the book is How to Reassess Your Chess Workbook. It's just a series of problems to help you get better at strategic thinking. G takes f5 was the correct answer. All right. Next one is going to be white to move, so I'm going to switch it around. Let's see how many you guys can get. Okay. So I'm setting it up. This is going to be another opening puzzle. There's a knight here. There's a little bish over here. King here. Actually, I usually enjoy studying chess books. I think it would have been a little bit faster, as I said, if I set up the PGNs ahead of time. The worst part about studying opening books, if you're not just reading them, is having to set it up. But it's okay. We'll get through it. Here we are. Here's the position. Okay. White to move. How should white react to the f5 pawn? Okay. So let's take a look at the position here. Black has the bishop pair, but black's a little bit behind in development. And we got a couple options here. We can keep the tension, leave the pawn on e4. We can push, or we can take on f5. So, what would we want to do here? Taking on f5 feels a little bit weird because it helps develop black's pieces. So that gives me some bad vibes. e5 is interesting. I imagine bishop e6 after. But then we can play something like knight g5 and maybe trade off part of the bishop pair. What else? Can we keep the tension here somehow? Maybe something like b4? Because then if the knight goes to e6 and we take, well, we lose a bishop. So actually that doesn't quite work. Okay, so how do we want to react to this? I mean, e5, bishop here, we could put our knight to d4. That seems like a nice idea. And then we do have a passed pawn. It does make sense that if you're playing against the two bishops, you want to keep the center closed. So e5 is now the move that I'm most considering here. Anything else? If I play e5 and knight here, then he's blocking his own bishop, so that's probably okay. You were trying to check me with a queen and a king and had no idea you kept getting a draw. Yeah, maybe you should study that endgame then, sir. Yeah, e5 looks good. Keeping the tension, if we play a move like rook d1, let's say, so we're bringing the rook to an open file, then black can take, and our bishop is under attack, and so is our knight. So we actually do have to deal with this pawn. We can't just keep the tension because our bishop is in an awkward place. So I think it has to be e5. This is my final answer. Now we're going to check and see if it was correct. Okay. So let's see. Uh-oh. I think I got it wrong. Okay. This is why chess books have a bad reputation. Instead of giving the correct answer to this puzzle, the book goes on with half a page of text and it says, before judging the diagram position, let's first take a look at the following once popular opening variation. And then it goes on for 2 paragraphs talking about something else. What the fuck? Sorry, language. Excuse me. Sure. Okay, let's yeah. Okay, so before answering this question, let's just let's just take a look at what the author had to say. That sounds like a good time. All right, author. Sure. Let's do what you said. I'm going to give this book a chance. We're going to start from the beginning and we're going to see what he wants us to see. So, before judging the diagram position, let's take a look at this once popular opening variation. Okay. E4, E5, knight F3, knight C6, bishop B5, A6, bishop A4, knight F6, D4. All right, so this is the Morphy defense in the Ruy Lopez. Cool. E takes D4, so white gives up a pawn here in the center in exchange, I guess, for quick piece development. So we're able to castle here, and you go bishop E7, E5, attacking the knight, knight E4, okay, knight takes D4, castle. Dude, this is so long. Rook E1, okay, knight C5, great, we're on move 9. I don't see how this is relevant to the other position just yet, but I'm going to keep going. Bishop takes C6, D takes C6. Here you go, knight C3. And now we get, okay, so this is the opening position that they want us to understand from the other one. Here, white was considered to be better for quite a while thanks to his active kingside majority. The threat of F2, F5 is quite annoying. Ooh, interesting. So this is an opening position that the way we think about it changed. So it used to be considered good for white until we found this specific line for black. So if white is trying to go F4, F5, if black can somehow stop the kingside attack, then it might be better for him. So F5 ended the variation's popularity, since the resulting white passed pawn will be firmly blocked by knight e6. Wow. This is like the cock block of chess, you know? Got a nice passed pawn. No way, sir. You get that knight on e6 and all of the opportunities are just closed off. That sucks. Okay, so f5. And what else happens here? Okay, so for example, the position after f4, so you play f4 here, which makes sense. You're holding your center. And I, for one, would maybe look at a position like this, feel really happy about the amount of space white has, feel good about my passed pawn. But then you get knight e6, knight takes, bishop takes e6. All of a sudden, the two bishop twins are out, and look at all of the control they have of this board. That's quite annoying. My pawn on e5, you know, once he had life, he doesn't really anymore. So this favors black because there is no longer any play on the king side or the center. That's really annoying. You have these pawns that look great, but where are they going to go from here? He just completely shut white off. All the queenside chances reside with black. So what happens is you look at the center, so here's like the center, you look at the center, you look at the king side of the board, and it is just completely closed off. So then you think, where else can I try to push my pawns? And it's probably somewhere on the queen side here. It does make sense that black has better chances because he has 4 pawns versus 3. And on top of that, his little bishops are looking towards that side. Whereas, you know, white doesn't have that many things. Thank you so much, Andy Mannequin. I really appreciate it. Oh my God, tier 3, Andy Mannequin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay. Anyway, so this is the interesting part about it, and I'll just go review. It always helps me to review a little bit. So the point being here, it feels like white is the one with all of the space in the center. We see this pawn. It is so forward. F4, F5 is coming in. But black says, not so fast, bucko. And he pushes F5. You could take en passant, but you don't want to do that. I imagine it's because then black can just recapture with a bishop. If you have the bishops, you want a more open position. If black gets an open position here, that's in his favor because we're playing with the little knights, right? So instead, let's say you just put your pawn onto f4, you're trying to get a nice center. Then what happens is black has a really sneaky way to block the pawn, develop his pieces, and all of a sudden, we're just halted. We're halted here. Okay, cool. Thank you, Bishepi. Appreciate the prime. Thanks so much. You never remember en passant anyway? Yeah, I mean, en passant takes a little bit to get comfortable with, but you know, once you review it, it should come to you. So let's go and see what else he says. Once we understand that the passed pawn is useless if firmly blockaded, in fact, it can actually turn into a disadvantage. I feel like the author smiled when he wrote this line. Yeah, okay, so usually we think of passed pawns as advantages. Here, it could be a disadvantage. Interesting. Why would it be a disadvantage? I guess because once you provoke the f4 pawn, he becomes a single pawn. So that could be annoying. It could be annoying.
This is instructive, feels good, man. Go, Alex.
Yo, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks so much, Screamsu. And who is Vasu12? Appreciate it. Guys, can we stop the Magnus Hikaru erotica? You guys need to take that shit and put it into your personal DMs, okay? Look, I'm not judging. Whatever gets you excited, that's fine. Don't put it in my chat. Don't put it in my chat. I'm tired of seeing, and then Hikaru reached over and took Magnus's bishop. Stop it. Stop it. It's disturbing. It's disturbing. Okay, next. I feel like a teacher and the kids in the back of the class are being annoying. I see you. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. We can see that white's best move from this diagram is certainly not e5. Oh, now they want me to go back to the initial position. Okay. All right. So this is a position that they wanted us to understand before going to the next one, which I'm going to have to reset again. I'm sorry about that. Chat, class, while teacher Botez sets up this position, I want you to say something you learned to the person above you in chat. It's like a buddy system.
By Tinder. First girlfriend of 10 months broke up with me during my COVID quarantine, so I just downloaded it for the first time and got a professional photographer to take photos.
Good for you, man. Good luck. Professional photographer is the way to go with Tinder. Okay, what else did you guys learn? Today I learned that people write horrific erotica. Okay, chat. What did you learn about the positions, not about other stuff? Here's the position again. God damn it. All right. You learned the person below you is far superior. Okay. I learned nothing. I just came. Yeah, this is backfiring. This is backfiring. You learned that pawns are kind of important. Good job, Lonely. Good job. Oh my god. You were today years old when you realized you'll never study chess again and you were happy? Wow, Mr. Poop Towel. This is fun. This is fun. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I think we're having a great time. Okay. So what happened here? What happened here? Okay. So we can certainly see that white's best move from the diagram is certainly not e5. God damn it. This was my move. I got it wrong. This is good. See chat, we did, okay, I'm not gonna look at the answer. So it's obviously not e5 because of the other position, where basically we're gonna have a pass pawn, but it's gonna get easily blockaded. It's gonna get easily blockaded, and then what? It's gonna turn into a weakness. Okay, so we can't play e5. We can't take f5. What the heck are we gonna do? Yeah, what are we gonna do? So the problem with f takes e4 is that our bishop is under attack. So maybe we have to take care of this instead. All right. So maybe we have to move the bishop. If we go to g3, we lose the bishop. e5 looks weird. Everything else is defensive. Do we want to trade off the bishop pair? That could be interesting. Potentially trading off the bishop pair is the way to go here. Because if black is going to open up the position, we don't want to play against these two guys. So it's probably bishop g5, right? Because then if he takes, you're fine. You just trade off this pawn that would otherwise be a weakness. And then you're going to forcibly remove the bishops. You don't want to leave two bishops together. You know, that's like letting me and Andrea into the same place and we would just wreak havoc. You know, you don't want to leave both of us in. You want to subdue the other's power by only leaving one. So bishop g5, you knock off one sister and then the other sister is a little bit easier to manage. So let's see. Let's go back to it. Yes! Yes! It's correct. Oh, that feels so good. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's keep learning. Man, this is nice. Oh, this is fun. Okay, so once we understand that a passed pawn is useless if firmly blockaded, we can see that white's best move from the diagram is bishop g5. So what they're saying is that it is wise for white to strive for equality by ridding black of his two bishops. This can be done by bishop g5 when the chances will be more or less even. That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so that's what they said here, and that makes sense strategically. I feel good about that one. Cool. All right. Let's get into our next position. Are we also helping black clear the back line? Man, it's like a tongue twister. Aren't we also helping black clear the back line? Black clear the back line. Black clear the black. Black clear the back line. Black clear the back line. Black clear the back line. Oh, hard to say. All right. Yeah. I mean, you are, but otherwise you're going to have a worse position. Sometimes you have to realize you're worse. Got to be a little bit honest and say, hey, my position isn't going to look so hot once I respond to this threat. Imagine waking up early, making coffee, sitting in your chair and deciding I'm going to write a book about chess concepts. Bro, what are we doing? Sounds like Alex is going crazy. You know what, chat? That's it. I am the teacher. Students are misbehaving. I will put you in detention if you step out of line. I'm going to put you guys in detention. We're going to study chess and you're going to like it. Okay, great. Anybody want to get detention? That's what I thought. Okay. So, problem 3, and I'm going to show you guys the opening that it comes out of. So, e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. Probably the most common 4 moves known to mankind. Bishop b5, Ruy Lopez baby, a6, tickling the bishop, going backwards to a4, knight f6. We've seen this 100 times. White castles, bishop e7, queen e2. Okay, queen e2 is interesting that you're taking the queen out right away, but you want to defend the pawn, so that makes sense. b5, you say shoo to the little bish on a4. Little guy runs back to b3. He's feeling more safe over there. Black says, yay, it's my turn to castle. My coach told me to castle, so we castle. White plays c3, very common. You make a little extra space for your little bish, and you have the idea of d4 in the future. You also hold the b4 square. This is a really nice move. It has a lot of cool ideas over here. Then you get d6, opening up the line for this guy. That's cool. He feels like he has more options in his life. We all like having options. White plays d4, puts the pawn in the center, to which black says, I'm just going to keep the tension. I'm not even going to take. I'm just going to put my bishop on b4 and pin your little knight that is helping support the pawn on d4. All right. And here, what does white play? White plays rook d1. Interesting. So now he has both of his pieces on this line, but it doesn't matter because if he takes, I guess he could just recapture. I don't know if with the pawn or the queen, but I have a feeling we're going to find out. Okay, so e takes d4, c takes d4, d5, e5, knight e4. We're going to move on a little bit faster to get to the puzzle. A4, bishop takes A4, bishop takes A4, knight B4, H3, attacking the bish runs away, feels good. Knight C3, knight develops, cool. What else? Bishop G6, prophylactic move because he feels like he wants to reposition his bishop, I suppose. Bishop E3, we continue developing, and rook B8. Okay. We reach a position that was once thought to be all right for black. Ooh, a discovery. However, a new move was unveiled that cut to the heart of the position and showed that white is actually clearly better. How would you play the white position? White to move. Ooh, this one seems juicy. This one seems juicy. Okay. Dad said, I remember I got this book for you when you were 13. Based on the way it looks, you did not pass page 40, so I'm happy to see that today. You just started from page 41. Thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. Good to know that everybody is supportive today. Thanks. And thanks, Greek and London, for gifting. Appreciate it. Okay. How would you play the white position? Well, let's first understand what's going on here. What? Andrea is yelling. There's too much chaos around me. Okay, so white has the pawn on E5 and D4. We have a little bit more space in the center here, I guess. What else? This is just a really confusing position. There's so much going on, and I don't play E4, so I don't really get it. But let's try to figure this out regardless. Let's try to figure this out. What should white play here? This bishop is terrible. My bishop on E3, he looks like he's trying to be part of a pawn chain, you know? You're a bishop, not a pawn. You can't just, you know, hold hands with the pawns and think we're not going to notice. That's not what's going on here, eh, buddy? What else? Our rook is on D1, A1. I mean, our pieces are fine. Black has the knight on E4, which is quite annoying. This bishop is a good bishop. This bishop has a lot of control. I like what's going on here. Rook on B8, putting pressure towards B2, but okay. We don't have too much going on there. I'm not going to look at chat because I'm worried someone will tell me the answer. Can any of the mods add the book name? How to Reassess Your Chess Workbook by Jeremy Silman. Okay, so what else can we think of here? C5 looks like it's going to be a threat in the future because you want to use your side pawns to put pressure on these center pawns. Okay. What else? Both white and black have these awkward pawn islands, but this pawn can be a backwards pawn if it doesn't get to C5. This position just feels really chaotic. Okay, so this is my worst piece. I don't want to allow black to play C5. What about black's minor pieces? This one's the most annoying. This one is repositioned and could be powerful. All right. So if I could trade this off somehow, that would be good. I don't see how to trade it off right away, though. Okay. So, what do we do here? I looked into chat and I saw somebody suggested KH4. That would be a free knight. But thank you for not spoiling the move. I appreciate it. Okay, I'm thinking. You guys think too. What should white do here? Okay, I need a second to think. No, we're not giving up our queen, guys. White is clearly better? How is white clearly better? Man, I'm bad at this. Thank you, London Willow. Appreciate it. I mean, it makes me feel like I want to just take the knight on d4. Honestly. And then bishop takes. Yeah, and then what? What do I do with this guy? He's just so useless. Actually, this is an interesting idea. If I take the knight on e4, I'm guessing he has to take with the bishop, otherwise his pawn on e4 is gonna... So if knight takes, pawn takes, it looks like his pawn is gonna get in big trouble. So if knight takes, bishop takes, then I wonder if I could play bishop d2 after and reposition my bishop? But maybe. I don't actually want to take here, though, because then I'm helping him out. I don't want to help him out. Okay. What else can I try to do? Bishop c2, terrible. This is a good bishop. I don't want to give him away. I mean, this knight is the most annoying piece. So I think I do want to trade him off. Right? Because it's just a pain. What if I trade and then I bring my rook over to this semi-open file and ask him, how are you going to improve your position, good sir? But I feel like I could do better. Okay. Knight takes, bishop takes. Can I move, like, knight d2 maybe? But then he plays bishop d3. And then what do? I run away, but I haven't done very much. No, b3 gives the knight for free. But I also don't think it's necessary. I could push b3 at any point. Ooh, what about e6? No, he just pushes. I wanted to get my knight in the center, but that doesn't actually do a lot. All right. So that's not it. Can I play knight d2? Knight d2. If he takes, I take. And then I'm attacking his knight. Ooh, now we're getting somewhere. And if he goes knight d3, it looks good for a second, but where's his knight going to go out of there? Huh? His knight doesn't have a lot of good spaces. And if I move my knight away, then we're attacking to take a knight and a bishop. Oh-ho-ho. Oh-ho-ho. Okay, this is interesting. So knight d2. I like knight d2 because this piece is like when you have, you know, a thorn stuck in your skin and you need to pull it out. And it's a little bit uncomfortable pulling the thorn out, but you know you're going to feel way better when it's not there. So knight d2, the cool thing is we're threatening to take. Bishop takes, we takes, pawn takes, and then we'd give white a really uncomfortable pawn. So I do think after knight d2, I guess, you know, black could move his knight away. He could. But that feels like we get f4 with tempo or something. So I'm going to look at what happens. What if he just takes this knight and we take? Well, then we traded off a knight that does nothing for a knight that does a lot. Who's spamming? Okay, food stamps. I need to give food stamps a timeout. Time out, food stamps, FTW. Okay, I gave him a timeout. Food stamps going into detention. Detention. All right. So I actually do think the move is knight d2. I want to take one more look at this line. Where's his knight going to go? It can go to c2 or d3. But it just feels like his knight is going to get in trouble onto either. Yeah, I think it's knight d2. So this is my final answer. Let's see what the solution is. Are you guys nervous? I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous. Oh, fuck, I got it wrong. I hate it. I hate it when I get it wrong. Now I'm upset. I got the move wrong. Damn it. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna check the lines and see if my move was also good. Hey, maybe there's more than one solution. My move is okay. My move is okay. Apparently, this move isn't great because of f5. And then the knight stays in the center. I did miss f5. This is the problem with knight d2. You push f5 and then you're not going to recapture because I guess black gets a nice center. Sag. Dude, I'm pretty sure Snowy is food stamps alt. I'm going to give him a timeout too. Snowy for real. I'm going to give him a big timeout. Okay. Stop saying chess is boring. Your attitude is boring. Okay. So the correct move here is actually knight a2. Ugh. So this was the game. So this is a game between Nigel Short and Karpov. And apparently, Short was helped by Anand, former world champion. And yeah, so this is what he came up with. Why did he come up with this? Wow. Apparently, and this went completely over my head. This actually went completely over my head. This is actually really interesting. No, this is not obvious at all. But what the author says is that the knight on b4 is actually more annoying than the knight on e4. And to me, that wasn't obvious. I looked at this position and I thought, hey, this knight on e4, he has a knight out, he has a nice outpost, he's in the center of the board, he's clearly the problem here. But actually, it is his brother, the knight on b4, who's the real nuisance here. And I guess, sorry, my nose is itchy. I guess that does make sense in some ways because it's controlling all of these squares. I wouldn't have thought of it though. I wouldn't have thought of it. So knight a2. So why? Why is the reason? He says the reason is simple. Is it simple? You know what? I hate it when you're working on a puzzle and you look at the solution and the author has the fucking balls to say, and the solution was actually quite simple. Like, first of all, if I got it right, I don't want you to tell me it's simple because then I don't feel good about that. Second of all, if I get it wrong, you just make me feel terrible. But here we go. Here we go. Where was it? Oh yeah. So the reason is simple. The b5 knight is the main guardian of black's weak points on a6, c6, and d5. By trading it all off, all these sore spots become accentuated and black is suddenly placed on the defense. As you can see, it's important to list all of the negatives in the enemy's camp. Once you're aware of them, you should look for a way to make them as vulnerable as possible. On occasion, a particular piece is the glue that holds it all together. Oh, it's funny that the knight is the glue. Get it, chat? Because, you know, we turn horses into glue. And we're killing the horse. We're taking away the glue. Oh god, that's awful. Sorry. That's awful. No, it's all good. Anyway. A simple exchange can sometimes send your opponent's house of cards crashing into the ground. Okay. I feel like Jeremy Silman really, wanted to. Oh, I actually have a funny story. We're gonna pause for no. Okay, I'm gonna finish this and I'll tell you the funny story. Anyway, a simple exchange can sometimes send your opponent's card. Okay, so what happened? So knight a2, we realized that this pawn is really annoying. Let's see what happened. The game continued with c5. I like it. Black is developing his pawn. It makes sense that this is what he's trying to do here. D takes c5. Knight takes c5. Knight takes b4. Oops. Knight takes c5. Knight takes b4. Rook takes b4. Bishop c6. Queen b6. I'm going to slow down. I'm just putting in the moves. Bishop takes d5. Rook takes b2. Queen c4. Rook c2. Oh, so nice. This is such a long answer, but it's okay. We're enjoying the long answer. I forgot, what move were we on? Rook c2? Okay. Queen g4. How is this explaining? Queen c7. Dude, why is this so long? Knight d4. Okay, great. Rook c3. You can't fucking put in a solution and be like, oh yes, and 15 moves later, you will see why black lost. How am I supposed to solve this? This just feels mean. I feel like I'm being bullied. Knight c6. Rook e8. Bishop d4. Rook c2. Knight b4, and black lost the exchange and the game. Thanks, Axina. Appreciate it. Did you guys see this too? This was easy, right? Simple, by the way. Yes. Yes. Yes, exactly. The reason is simple. 20 moves later. Jesus. At least we're suffering together, okay? Okay, now I need to do that at like half of the speed. Hikaru found it in 1 second. Dude, Hikaru would find it in 1 second, and that's why he's a genius and I'm not. It is what it is. Thank you, Truck. I appreciate it. Okay, let's back it up a little bit, because I have no idea what just happened. So, let's re-summarize. Here, what I was supposed to do is look at the weaknesses in Black's camp. So there's a pawn on a6, backwards pawn on c7. I thought we saw this. Black's pawn on d5 is also in need of support. That makes sense. The pawn on d5 can only be... So yeah, these pawns are weak. Makes sense. Next. The c5 and c6 squares might be vulnerable to an eventual white invasion. So he's saying that these two squares, because they're not protected by pawns, we might get our pieces to hop onto. Okay, that makes sense. He said this knight holds together Black's position because he is truly taking care of all of these white squares. Instead, I was looking at this guy, but he actually isn't doing that much for Black's position. It does make sense that the knight on b4 is actually the one who's doing more of the work. Makes sense. If White could get rid of the pawn on b4, all of Black's weaknesses would become an...
That did the Harry Potter chess puzzle.
I don't know if it was him. It was Jeremy Silman. It was Jeremy Silman. Yeah, 2 grandmasters and one world champion prep this line. Yeah, exactly. So it's supposed to be difficult. It is supposed to be difficult. So if we can get rid of this knight, then everything is going to fall apart. White's only real weakness is the pawn on b2, but Black's army, bound to his own weak points, isn't coordinated enough to mount an attack in it with allowing his position to suffer. I mean, I don't agree that this is the only real weakness, right? Because this bishop on e3 also seems... I guess the bishop on e3 isn't a weakness, it's just a piece that is poorly positioned, but it's not like Black can take control of it. So that does make sense. That does make sense. That is fair. That is fair. Okay, yeah, so this knight, I see what he means. It's protecting this pawn, this one, this one. So that's why you play not knight d2 as I thought, but knight a2 to get rid of this knight. If he would have just taken rook takes, then you're fine. Because all of a sudden this pawn is going to be under attack as well. So c5, and I guess this is the move that forced Black to play c5, which actually did create a lot of weaknesses because now you have this pawn that is isolated as well. And then there was just a series of trades. So he took the knight on b4, and bishop c6 is a great move because you're taking advantage of both of these weaknesses that he actually saw in the first position. Right? I will admit this was a tricky one. Queen b6, bishop takes. We win a pawn here in exchange for this one. I thought, yeah, you can't take the pawn here yet, but this knight is pinned, so you play queen c4 to continue putting pressure on the knight. Rook c2 to defend the knight and attack the queen at the same time, to which white switches over to the king side. Yeah, why not? Might as well. Queen staying active here. I mean, this is already better for white. So this is already better for white. Black has an extra weakness over here. Our pieces are now more active, and this was a better position. Bro, I thought we only needed to make one move. No, these puzzles, they like to mess with you. Thanks, 64 Hearts. Okay, funny story. Thank you so much, 64 Hearts. So, I remember I was looking. So this is the book, Jeremy Silman. And I think it was him. It was like late white night. I was looking through his book. And I wanted to see if there was a way I could contact him, because I thought it'd be cool to study some of his stuff. Again, and I found that he had this really weird chess book. Like, you can tell by the way he uses flowery language that he doesn't just like chess, but he kind of wanted to be a writer. And I found the one non-chess book that he wrote, and it was so weird. Let me see if I can find it. He only had one non-chess book. Where was it? It's probably hard to find. And I understand why he's stuck to chess books in the best way possible. Let me see if I can find it. Try to guess what it was about. Non-chess book. It was like this adventure or something. It was so weird I couldn't even remember it. Where was it? I think he has a blog. Jeremy Silman blog. I need to find it now. Oh shit, where is it? No. Nice stalking? Yeah. But I have to find my stalking again. Where was it? Oh, come on. Which one was it? Guys, help me find it. Please help me find it. So Jeremy Silman wrote a book that wasn't on chess. I think I sent it to my friend. Let me see if I have a screenshot. Because I thought it was so funny. But again, keep in mind, it's my sense of humor. So don't have your expectations too high. See all. Damn it, I cleared these groups. Oh, shit. It's not in there. Oh yes, Autobiography of a Goat. That was it. Thank you, whoever found that. Thank you. Yeah, Autobiography of a Goat. Okay. This is the other book he wrote. Autobiography of a Goat. Let me read this because I was like, what the fuck is Jeremy Silman doing in his free time? Okay? When Ellie Rubinstein marries a German woman nicknamed Beast, who may or may not be homosexual and may or may not be Hitler Youth, it's not surprising that things go horribly wrong. You can't make this shit up. In an effort to get rid of this nightmarish female, Ellie finds himself fighting for survival in the slums of London, handing out payoffs to crooked cops in Chicago, and finally ending up in the gay-friendly climes of San Francisco during the waning days of the Haight-Ashbury drug and free love culture. Through this dark, perverse, funny, erotic, and somewhat insane story is ultimately about Eli's battle for freedom. It turns more. Disparate tales about Crowley magic, the professional world of chess and backgammon, a vampire attack in San Francisco's Golden Gate Park, UFOs in Oregon woods, and the wise lessons of a Haight-Ashbury holy man paint of a picture of a colorful time not so long ago that no longer exists. What the fuck is this? This is the guy who wrote How to Reassess Our Chess. I know Mr. Poop Towel was joking earlier when he was like, What kind of person thinks, oh, yeah, let me sit down and write some incredible books on chess? It was the same guy who wrote Autobiography of a Goat. And I don't know if it's, but it has great reviews. It has great reviews. It has great reviews. A true genius. Kinda want to read it, not gonna lie. Dude, I kinda want to read it too now. I also kinda want to read it. I like it, you know? He's an international chess master. And he's, you know, he's also really creative. That's okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna link this to you guys. Why does it say chess study? Because he has written incredible chess books. This guy has written very, very good chess books. My dad and I used to work through them when I was kids, and he's an incredible chess author. He just happens to have also written this book that I have not yet read. Anyway, so I found it so entertaining. He is a fantastic chess writer. Fantastic chess writer. So honestly, he might just be a good writer in general. Okay. Anyway, I'm done my tangent. I just thought it was so, when I noticed that, I was freaking fascinated. I thought it was so cool. That story just seems like it has everything, you know? It's like the meme. When they were like, so do you want to write about goats or vampires or chess? And he was like, yes. He just said yes. Said yes to everything. Read that book to Andrea while she grinds bullet, exactly. Anyway, how to reassess your goats. I'm sorry, it's not that funny, but that comment got me. That was a great one. Thank you so much for putting that in the chat. Storm 2709. That was cute. All right. All right. Shall we continue the chess study? Alex Drug inspiration. That was just the nuttiest autobiography of a book that I think I've ever written, from someone who's like really serious on the side as well. Anyway. Okay. Anyway, hey, class, we are doing more chess. This is good. Come on, who's having fun? Who is having fun working through these problems? I can't tell if, wait, are there comments on it? Hang on. I want to read the reviews on this. Okay. Wow. I mean, it has incredible reviews. He's not just a great chess author. I am one of Silman's chess book enthusiasts. I own quite a few and consider them not only to be crammed with great ideas and strategic content, they're really fun to read. When I saw this book for sale, I had a hunch it was going to be really good. His love of books is plain from the website. Autobiography of a Goat turned out to be even better than I expected. His characters are strong, plot developments occur naturally. As a hobby author myself, I appreciated the beautiful flow of words. Wow. This content is quite adult, and I can already predict a few specific chess world prudes who will blow a gasket. Okay. What else? Jeremy Silman is kind of like a lovable Jimmy Stewart, but on drugs and sex ruts. Jeremy is an intelligent and nice guy, and he recounts a vivid life history with panache and timing. I'm learning more about the author than I knew. I honestly have no idea what he's trying to say. Next, an interesting look at the post-hippie, anything goes early 70s world. Also interesting because the author is an accomplished chess master. Next, I was curious to see if a legendary chess writer could successfully transition to the realm of fiction. The answer is he can and did. Silman's novel is of the Haight-Ashbury, free love, experimental drug scene of the early 70s. It's about a professional chess backgammon player and teacher named Ellie and his semi-lesbian, former Hilter youth heroin addicted wife and their tumultuous... I can't take this serious. I'm sorry, I can't take this seriously. This is professional chess, semi-lesbian, former Hitler youth heroin addicted wife. What the fuck? Graphic and numerous sex scenes, dude. I can't imagine him going from like how to reassess your chess into this. And I honestly, the story was intense and insane. It prompted you to think about the great philosophy of love, life, and responsibility. Dude, this seems like a life-changing book, honestly. Autobiography of a goat. Yo, will anybody in chat read this and tell me if it's actually good? Because now I'm just getting really curious. Anyway. Anyway. You don't want that on your credit card statement. It's just so fascinating. Thank you, Stellar Play. No, guys, no. Look, we're not buying this. We can't buy this. I'm not. I can't. That's a little. It's out there even for me. You know. It's out there. It's out there. So, it's. We're gonna keep going. But honestly, he put his heart and soul into it. And he's a great author, so, you know, maybe... All right, next puzzle. This is from the same author, by the way. Okay, so, problem number 4. What do the following two fairly well-known opening systems have in common? The answer lies in the meaning of G7, G5. So we're going to see two openings that both have a G7, G5 push. So let's start off with the following. I'm going to put in the moves and then we're going to take a look and we're going to figure out what white is supposed to do. So E4, C5, we have a Sicilian. Knight F3, Knight C6. Excuse me, hiccup. D4. I need to drink some water. Okay, so we have the famous Maroczy bind position. This is where white gets these two pawns on C4 and E4 and has a really big center. It is hard to play against. Let's see what black does. Bishop G7, attacking the knight twice. So we play bishop E3 to develop and defend. Makes a lot of sense. Knight F6, knight C3, knight G4, provoking this little bishop and offering a knight. So queen takes G4, knight takes D4 since the queen is no longer defending. Queen D1 to put pressure on the knight and not trade off the bishop. Knight E6, weird placement, but okay. Rook C1. Interesting that we play Rook C1. I guess you want to defend so that you don't get a bad pawn structure here. Queen A5, putting more pressure on this little horsey. Bishop D3, preparing to castle. Where were we? Move 11. Bishop d3 preparing to castle. b6 wants to take out the bishop. Castle, and here black plays g5. Interesting. g5? Weird. What does white play here? So this is the puzzle. White to move.
You are studying openings. I am so proud of you.
Yo, thank you, Jack Splat. Why are we still talking about the goat? You summarized it. Why are we still talking about the goat? Thanks, Jack. Appreciate it. I thought the question was to compare two positions. Yeah, we're gonna do this one first, and then I'll put the next one. I'm doing it in the order that he gave me. So we're supposed to solve this one first, and then solve the next one. Wait, are you kidding? 5,000 book sales in a week?
It's about 5,000 book sales in a week to get a book onto the bestsellers list. We can do this, chat.
That would be hilarious. Just imagine autobiography of a goat bestseller list. Just meme it into existence like Dogecoin. And the guy That'd be actually so funny. That would actually be so funny if there's just a ton of sales all of a sudden. Jeremy, imagine that. So Jeremy's written all of these chess books. They're all fantastic, but somehow his autobiography of a goat just blows them all out of the water. Oh my god. Oh man. Anyway. Okay, that's really chat. Please stop. You're distracting me. Well, guys, we're studying chess. We are studying chess. Is this a tactic? So this is a positional exercise. So we have to figure out what white moves here. So let's slow down for a second and let's try to think about it, how he's prompting us. So let's look at everything in the position here. King's side position. Our king is safer than his. Cool. Development. Our pieces are more developed than his for now, but he's very close. He has bishop b7 and then he has to castle and he'll be ahead and he'll be caught up on development. What else do we have? Piece placement. Our two pawns in the center are controlling a lot more than the other way around. Okay. Bishops. This bishop is not as good as his bishop soon, but it's okay because it's keeping the position together. But I do think that his bishops will be better placed. In terms of weaknesses, the fact that he pushed g5 is going to make it very hard for him to castle, and it looks like he's creating a weakness with this pawn. This seems like a mistake, and honestly, I don't understand why he would play it. So that's probably what I have to figure out first. He's probably trying to get his knight onto f4, and we don't want to push the knight away because then we're going to create weak light squares, and maybe he's going to try to attack on our king if he does that. It's just a guess. Just a guess. g5 seems really weird to me still. Okay, what else do we notice? We don't want to trade this bishop because this bishop is holding together parts of our center. Okay, our chat is still caught up on the autobiography of a goat. Anyway, so what else? What else? Knight f4. Yep, looks like a move that he could be threatening. For those of you who are coming in and you have no idea, it's this chess author. All you need to do is read the other biography he wrote. You just gotta read it. It'll explain what's going on in chat. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway. You guys can paperback. I mean, yeah, this book is hard. This book is hard to buy. I think we need more copies. Anyway. Okay, anyway. So. Ideas. Knight d5 loses a pawn to b2. Queen g4, queen h5 makes some sense. We want to take advantage of this pawn. f4 is interesting because it takes away that square from the knight, and it helps open up this file, and it takes advantage of the fact that Black's king is still in the center of the board. I think that's what we're supposed to do. Take advantage of the fact that the king is in the center of the board. So if the king is in the center of the board and he hasn't castled, how do you, open up and get an attack going? f4, I'll think about it. I keep getting all of the answers wrong, and I don't want to do that anymore. What else? This queen doesn't have a lot of squares to go to anymore. I guess it still has these. But not a lot of squares for the little queen. Right? A move like c5 maybe could get rid of some of them. Okay, if anybody does buy the audio biography of a goat, let me know what you think after you've gotten to read it. Let me know if you think it's worth reading on stream. These tactics are like strategic moves. Yeah, these are strategic puzzles. So it's not a tactic, but you're supposed to understand based on the weaknesses in Black's position what to do here. And it just feels like this is, he's just trying to attack our king side. It's a really weird move. He's stopping f4 potentially. If I push f4, take, then all of a sudden he has this open g file that we have to be careful with. Queen h5 looks really annoying because he can't ever move the pawn because we're going to trade his queen and create these two weaknesses. Maybe something like queen h5 with the idea of f4 to put pressure on this pawn and to attack. And if he takes, we take, and then take with the bishop. I don't know if that's enough here, though. The audiobook. Oh, it's an audiobook. Interesting. So that's one idea. What else? What else can we go for here? I'm just sad because I got the other two wrong, and I don't want to get it wrong again. So let's keep giving out options. So we looked at f4, queen g4, queen h5. What else? Knight d5, even though we're losing this, maybe it's worth it, probably not. Anything else? Bishop d2, trying to trick the queen. It doesn't look very good. I don't know. What else can white try to do? I mean, this just looks like such an unnatural move. I guess if I was instinctively trying to come up with a move here, what would it be? Super Saiyan, you like g3 and f4? Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind and we'll see if you're right. I don't know. Okay, what are Black's weaknesses? I mean, the weaknesses is maybe the queen doesn't have a lot of space. This knight is kind of on an awkward place, but not really, because it has all of these squares to go to in the future. We have the Maroxy bind set up, which means that we're controlling the light squares, but we have less control over the dark squares. So if we could get more control over the dark squares, that would be great. How do you get more control over the dark squares, though? Another idea is knight d5 with a threat of taking on g5, because we're going to check in. We're going to take a little checkarooski on c7. So knight d5 is actually interesting, because we're threatening to take this pawn. Do we even want to take this pawn? Because then the rook is going to get open on this g file. What's going on? What's going on in the chat? What's happening? Why are we winking? Guys, stop it. Focus on the chess. Kids are misbehaving again. Stop it. All right, I'm not looking at chat anymore. I'm gonna find this solution. Queen h5 just seems like the best move because it stops knight f4. You can't do this because then you just have a really bad pawn structure as black. It doesn't seem worth it. So queen h5 stops any more piece development. What else does it do? It makes it so that black cannot castle because you have e5. It takes advantage of the fact that the king is in the center of the board. It also has f4 as a future try. I mean, queen h5 just looks like a really nice move to me. I think it's queen h5. Dad thinks b4 and knight d5 next. That's actually a really interesting idea. b4, queen takes, knight d5, and then, but then what if you play queen d6? I think the problem with this is that you go queen d6. But, you know, maybe it's not that good for black side of the pieces. Knight b5, also interesting. But not to mention, this knight is still holding that square together. So this knight is still a little bit of a nuisance. But you can't kick him out just yet. So yeah, my final move is I'd play queen h5. I'm 1 out of 3 so far in these positional problems, and I have a feeling I'm going to be wrong again. But let's find out what he has to say about this. Are you guys ready for this solution? Okay. All right. Shall we try to find both? Okay. So I think we might be supposing to find both. All right, I'm gonna read what he says. Dude, he was gonna go on another long tangent before we get to the solution. I'm just warning you. Fine. Should we look at both of them? Yeah, let's look at both of the positions he wants us to solve first. So this is the first one. This is the first one that he wanted us to solve. Do not worry. We are going to come back to this G5 theme. We do not know the right answer. He has another one that are similar that apparently we should look at. So I'm going to do that. Does Papa Botas have a Twitch, you guys? Papa Botas is actually going to be hosting a trivia show with us this week. So if you guys haven't had the pleasure of seeing Papa Botas on stream yet, I'll let you guys know what day it is. But he's going to be hosting a trivia show and it's going to be pretty lit. I know. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Okay, so in the meantime, let me look at the other position that we're looking at. So e4, c5, knight f3, d6, d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4, knight f6, knight c3, a6, bishop g5. All right, this is just to understand how we got there. e6, f4, bishop e7, queen f3, knight c7, castles, knight b d7. So this is going to be a Sicilian where you're getting opposite side castling. Bishop d3, h6, bishop h4, g5. Okay, so if you guys remember in the other position, we had to respond to g5, and we have to do the same thing here. We have to do the same thing here. And we also have to figure out what to play for as white. And now we need to figure it out once again. What do we notice? Black is once again pushing his pawn from g7 to g5 before he's castled his king. His king is still in the center of the board, which makes me feel like maybe we can get some kind of attack. What else? His pieces are cramped and they don't have a lot of good squares. White has a really big center. So, ideas. We could take the pawn. That's one idea. Kind of a natural one. I mean, my first question is, why can't we take on g5, h takes, and bishop takes? I'm guessing what black needs to do here. The reason why black is pushing his pawn on g5 is to provoke f4. Because if the f4 pawn is gone, then he could put his knight to e5, And it's going to help black get more space. He's going to attack the queen and the bishop, and then he can take out the other guy as well. Thank you so much, Money Moy, for the 27 months. I really appreciate it. Yeah, so we don't want to take here because we're giving up the e5 square. And controlling the e5 square is just keeping black's position super cramped. Okay. I understand that, but our pawn is challenged, so what are we going to do about this little square over here, eh? I'm not too sure, friends. I am not too sure. I mean, bishop g3 does hold the tension in, and I guess you could get into this variation where you're trading everything off. It feels okay. It doesn't feel like the best thing ever. Can we push e5? No, because he takes, you take, and then black is going to win a pawn in that situation. Okay, so what else? Is there any way we can get our knights to b5 with any kind of little trapperuski? None that I see. I mean, if you take a knight here, I like the song. I like the song. Dark Planet by Boris Brescia. Cool, cool, cool. Are there some kinds of attacks? Again, I don't play the Sicilian, so I'm not familiar with any attacks in this position, but I could obviously just be missing something. But bishop g3 does seem weird. Bishop g3 seems weird, but I guess... So you get this position. I'll put it on the board so that we could all be on the same page. This is... I don't know. Is this position even that good for white? If we get here? Because now our knight is being kicked away. I guess we can go back to b3 and black has some weak pawns. I mean, I guess we have to determine whether this position is good for white or not. Black's king still hasn't found any refuge. He isn't going to have an easy time castle and kingside or queenside. This bishop is terribly placed. He's cut off by his own pawns. So he's going to have to play things like bishop d7, and then he still doesn't have great squares. But at the same time, my bishop is also bad, and I can't really continue attacking here. I mean, black has the worst pawn structure. I just wonder if we have something better. I just wonder. Yeah, I don't know. We're not up a pawn for whoever just did that analysis. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually, I don't know. Just because black's position is cramped doesn't mean it's that great. Because I would ask, how does white continue the attack here as well? So what if we take here, pawn takes, and then bishop there, that version looks a little bit better. I mean, here's the thing. We could also take this and be up a pawn, but is it worth allowing knight e5? I'm not sure. All you can see is free pawn. Okay, here, I'm going to put this position on the board. I'm not sure how good this is for black, given our possibilities, right? Because here we have to move our queen. And we are up a pawn. I mean, we are up a pawn. But b5, b4 is also coming. And black's pieces are getting untangled now. Do you guys hear those gremlin noises at the end of this? It sounded like Andrea, but I think it was just a song. I couldn't tell if it was Andrea or the song. Yep, okay. Yeah, and now, I mean, you do have some rook f1 ideas. But this knight is pretty strong. Okay, so this is another option. I mean, the thing is, here you're trying to figure out which is the best position for white to get into after. Maybe you think white is better in several of them, but you still have to decide which one is the best, right? Because what if this works as well? For example, if you could get black into this position, this looks really awkward for white. Because you're forcing him to open up the d file. And I don't know where he's going to castle, and I feel like one of these pawns is going to drop. So this is another option if you think you can get into it. It's honestly not very obvious for me which one is the best. It's not obvious. But I also don't play this opening as white or black, so it's pretty unfamiliar. We're gonna flag just make natural good moves. No, this is classical chess training. Oof. Okay, so final answer, and then we're gonna go to the solution. I'm really curious to see how he explains these two positions. I mean, I really just want to take the free pawn. I want to be a greedy Guillermo and gobble up that free pawn and feel good about myself. But it feels like a trick. F takes, H takes, bishop takes g5, knight e5, queen e2. I like having extra pawns. I honestly don't know why I can't just take the pawns. b5. I mean, yeah, b5 is coming and his pieces are developed. But what is he? b4, I'm going to play knight b1. I have a passer. I guess he's going to get his knight to c4, which is probably really annoying, but I'm just such a pawn goblin, you know what I mean? I like free pawns. I cannot lie. Y'all other chatters can't deny. Yeah, I don't know. This looks... I do like the position of keeping him in pain also. Like the idea of not letting his knight out. Yeah, you don't want to know what a woman... Oh, you don't want to know what titled players would do for a free pawn. It's some despicable stuff up there. A free pawn is a pawn. I'm sure it's not the answer, though, which is so tilting. Okay, so question, though. What if you take and he plays knight e5? I guess I go queen here. And does he have anything that's annoying, or do we just transpose? I mean, honestly, I'm sure this is wrong, but I would just take the pawn. I'm ready to be told why I'm wrong. I feel like I've tried to solve it for enough time now. Yeah, pawn goblins. I mean, there must be something I'm missing here. I mean, I know that he's going to get his knight to e5. It just doesn't bother me very much. Because the other option of bishop g3... Well, honestly... Yeah, okay, we're gonna look at the answers. Okay, so we're looking at the answers. I've had enough. Okay, so if you guys remember and you've been hanging out, we were looking at two positions that were similar with the G7, G5 theme, sorry. In both cases, black is fighting to gain control of the E5 square. I understand that, yes. And he wants to turn it into a permanent home for his pieces. Yes, absolutely. Allow me to explain in more detail. All right, Jeremy. Yeah, let's go for it, sir. Sure, story time, why not? During a lecture in Los Angeles, where I would look at people's games and comment on them, I noticed that many members of the audience were able to recognize weak squares, but only if these weaknesses already existed. However, the idea of creating a weakness was alien to them. Do you guys feel triggered by his commentary? Okay, so he's basically saying that we don't understand how to create weaknesses. All right, Jeremy, I'm listening. Keep going, buddy. To illustrate the concept of creating such weaknesses, even in the opening, I offered the following example. God damn it, why can't you just give us the answer? Why is every answer, here's another game you should look at? Why is it always like this? Before I give you the solution to the two-part problem, let me give you another game, because your dumbass mind is not even going to understand the solution before you look at this other example. Stop questioning the man. You're right. You're right. Okay. All right. So before we get this answer, we need to go through yet another game. I'm just... Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just reading, okay? I'm just reading. He had a word count requirement. Yeah, exactly. Down the road, we got to go deeper. Yes, 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 we do. We do. 1 second. There's a song that's really good for what we're gonna do. Deeper, I think it was DJ Hansel. Do you guys know the song Deeper? That's what we're going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, we're going down the rabbit hole. Here we go. Okay. Deeper into it. Okay. All right, we're gonna understand this concept by the end of this. So here's the game he wants us to look at. I'm gonna put it on the board. No, we haven't gotten the answer yet. We have to look at a game first to understand it. I'm sorry for taking you on this journey, chat. I didn't know this is what this study session was gonna be like, but we have to find the answer, and we need to go deeper. Okay, so okay, so B6, and he said that here white castled, but he would have preferred F4. Okay. What? Wait, what was that? Yo, I'm glad you like it, Brackaroo. This song is a vibe. This song is a vibe. Okay, so castle, he said he would have preferred F4, and here black played G5. Okay. Most of the 60 or so players watching my lecture thought that this move was horrible, though a few liked the idea of starting an imminent attack against the White King. My first order of business was to explain that G5 had nothing to do with attacking the White King. Instead, Black is fighting to gain absolute control over the E5 square. I feel like I'm in a mindfuck right now. How is G5 getting control over the E5 square? I guess it's because we're stopping F4. I think that must be what's happening. Okay. Yep. So white won't be able to use a pawn to chase away a black piece that decides to reside on the E5 square. So E5 becomes an important support point. Actually, it's known as an artificial support point, a manufactured weak square. Interesting. So we are turning E5 into a weak square by not allowing white to control it. Sure. So here, white plays Queen D2. Sag. Was this the move? Wait, was this the move? He's not even telling me if this is a move or not. No way. No way. Was it Queen D2? Dude. What the hell? Okay. Seriously? Queen D2? Oh, fuck that. The answer was Queen D2? I'm gonna check with the computer. The computer doesn't even like Queen D2. The computer likes Knight D5. Or Bishop D2. Or even Rook C2. Okay, I'm done with this workbook. I'm done with this workbook. Was Queen D2 even better than my move? The computer likes my move better than his move. I'm just gonna say it. But okay, let's see what he has to say. Queen D2, Bishop B7, Rook FD1, D6, A3, H5, Rook C2, and Bishop D4 exclamation mark. It makes sense for black to exchange dark squared bishops because white's bishops is the only one that could eventually attack E5. Bro, I don't buy this whole bullshit about this position all being related to the E5 square. I just don't believe this. I don't believe this. But let's keep going. E4, Queen E5, and black's control over the dark squares, particularly E5, gave him a good game in Lubjovic Korchnoi Tilburg 1987. The crowd didn't seem particularly convinced, so I threw at them yet another opening playing for the E5 square. So Jeremy Silman gave this lecture and people were like, yeah, I don't really find it convincing. So he thought, oh, that went well. Let me put it into a chess book, have people sit on it for 20 minutes and, you know, see if the result is any different. Jeremy should start a YouTube channel because he's a god at prolonging the answer you're looking for. Actually, though, what the heck? Like, White didn't even solve this. He goes on telling me that this is a good move because at some point the e5 square is important. He makes me solve it from White's point of view. Then he gives a non-solution that is queen d2, and Black somehow gets his queen into this square regardless. It's like he made me play the losing side and he was like, haha, that's why it's bad. Also, there's no solution. In the meantime, check out Autobiography of a Goat. That's a great read as well, I'm sure. I'm just a little bit frustrated right now. What the heck? What the heck? I feel debated. I feel like, yeah. Jeremy Silman is in the back of the lecture room with his little goat book like, there is no solution. You solved it from the wrong side. A queen in D2. Ooh, ooh, queen in D2. Ooh. What the heck? No, I'm actually so confused. I'm actually so confused. What the heck? But now I've put in so much time into this that I want to see what he says about position number 2. So we're going to finish this, and then I'm done with this book. And then I'm done with this book. Oh. He never asked to... Wait, did I read the problem wrong? Did he not say find the best move for White? Because that would be really embarrassing. That would mean I can't read. He said White to move. He said White to move. No. He gave me 2 puzzles that said White to move. If you're telling me White to move, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me find a mediocre move here. Like, dude, he's like a little wizard. He's like, oh, but actually, I didn't say find White's best move. I just said White to move. No. I am 100% debated. This felt like abuse.
Jeremy Silman was against drug testing in chess. I'm starting to see why.
That's actually funny. I didn't know that. All right, so okay, so I think the point of what he was trying to say with this is that at this position, G5 is a great move. By the way, this great move, I'm just going to turn on the bar for a second. We're looking at a position that is almost +2 for White. But alas, a great move. Long live positional freaking chess, mate. Anyway, I'm going to take it off because it's going to get me tilted. So, G5, good move because this is an important square. It's an important square because 7 moves down the row, you put your queen on it. I learned nothing. All right. Anyway. And the evaluation here now is plus 0.53. Okay. Anyway, so let's see what he has to say about the other position that we looked at, because I looked at it for a long time and I would like to get some answers. Let me put music back in the background. Final analysis rage. Honestly, though. Find the mediocre move. Exactly. Okay. Anyway. So e4, c5, knight f3. This is the other position. d6, d4, c takes, knight takes, knight f6, knight c3, a6, bishop g5, e6, f4, bishop e7. We're getting there. Be patient with me. Queen f3, queen c7, castle, knight b d7, bishop d3, h6, bishop h4, g5. Okay, so black goes all out to remove white's f4 pawn from the board, even if it means losing a pawn. And by the way, the computer does like f takes g5, which is what we said. So f takes g5 is what ended up happening. Knight e5. And I swear to God, he says, the eagle has landed. I don't know why that's so funny. I think I'm just losing my mind by now. I feel like, because this is what we looked at. This is what we looked at. Like, this is what we looked at. It felt like that was the best move. It was the best move. Queen e2, okay. Queen e2. The eagle has landed, by the way. And now he plays knight fg4. Knight f3 to challenge this guy. Okay. H takes g5. Bishop takes. Bishop takes. Knight takes. Queen c5. And he says this leaves black with a very active position. So we were supposed to find the position from white's point of view, just so we could learn why black was better? The eagle has indeed landed, dude. The eagle has fucking landed. I love how he's serious. He's serious that he's explaining everything. And then he probably just got so excited at 95 that he was like, fuck it. The eagle has landed. 95. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, the eagle has landed. All right, let's switch. Let's look at this from black's point of view so we actually learn something. Okay, so this was the position. And indeed, this is really cramped for black. Absolutely. Even though the computer likes castle, g5 is the second suggested move here. You play g5 because you have to get your pieces out. You gotta free the eagle. His words, not mine. You take the pawn. Boom, knight e5. Queen moves away. And instead of taking, you play knight g4, which is actually, oops. This is actually a very clever move that I overlooked in my analysis because, well, what happens if he takes on h6? It feels like you should be winning a piece. If h takes g6, yeah, I guess over here. Well, oh, that's why he played knight here. He has to defend, so he cannot take. Knight g4 is a good move because it puts pressure. Okay, cool. So knight f3, you have to do it to defend the bishop and the pawn. And then you can take, bishop takes, trade off your pieces. And here you actually do get a nice position. Queen c5, look at all of this control. I mean, it is beautiful. It is beautiful. Thank you, Bogdan. Appreciate it. And Tolches. Yeah, John, this is Jeremy Silman. Dude, this is Jeremy Silman. And, look. I'm just tilted that he gave us a position and he gave it from the side that was worse. I guess he was trying to show how hard it is to play from the other side. Giving us a little bit of a perspective. No wonder I suck at chess. I didn't know about the Eagles. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Anyway. Anyway. This confused me a little bit, but let's see what he takes. Let's say, so he has summary of imbalances and ideas. So I'm going to go back to this position. I'm just going to tell you guys the summary, see if it's useful. Play to create a weak square in the enemy camp. And it was e5 for both of these. One that will eventually become a home for one of your pieces, preferably a knight, is a mainstay of advanced chess strategy. And we're never going to forget this. You know why we're never going to forget this? Because the eagle has landed. I think I'm going to be playing in a game, and I'm just always going to remember that. At times, a square isn't weak in the normal sense, but you can make it so by ensuring that the enemy pawns can never chase your pieces away from the square you're after. The game used in our first example, if you guys remember, the pawn push from earlier, stopping f4, that was an example. Okay, what else? In both games, black creates an imbalance, a weakness on e5 by the unorthodox g7, g5. The price? Black can't castle kingside. Leaving your king in the center isn't a joy. Thanks, Jeremy. This support point and the weakness in black's kingside that came about creating the support point with g7, g5 all became the focus of the ensuing play. All right. I feel exhausted. This was a trip. This was a trip. I need to get some water. I need to get some water. I will be right back. The donkey has kicked. Now the eagle can rest. Yes. I'm gonna get some water. Oh, that was an adventure. That was an adventure. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Peepo hey.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, 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 hello. Oh, fuck. Why did this get tangled? Oh, okay. Man, that was... Oh, that was an experience. That was an experience. I don't know how I felt about that. Papa Bota sent me a text. The eagle has landed. Yeah, bro, the eagle has landed. Papa Bota said, "Girls, maybe will be fun to start doing a chess series with chess books that have shitty explanations. You don't tell the audience in advance that they are shitty." Smile face. Good one, Dad. Good one. Chat, this is my dad. This is my dad. This is how I grew up. Like, understandably, people make fun of my sense of humor, but this is Papa Botes. This is Papa Botes. Vintage Papa B. Yeah, that sounds like a great time, Dad. We'll just yeah, absolutely. Papa B in the house. He was the original troll. He was. He really was. Oh. Well, I like Papa Botas. He you know, Papa Botas is cool. Shut up. That's cute. That's cute. We have some Papa supporters. Oh man. I don't. Oof. That was quite the lesson. I think it took, you know, took a lot out of us. It took a lot out of us. Oops. Here, we're gonna move this up so that they're not stacked on top of each other. I think we haven't checked the Reddit in a while. Let's check the Reddit. Let's check the Reddit. Let's check the Reddit. Papa Botas is your favorite Botas. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. Okay. Okay. Reddit time. Time to get down with Reddit tonight. Reddit time. Aw, Bobo. Thank you so much for the 10 subs. Oh, Andrea did yesterday? Well, I haven't seen the Reddit yesterday. So I am going to look at it, and if you guys have already seen it, you don't have to look again. You don't. But I want to look at the top posts. Really? Guys, can you please make me look good, not freaking terrifying? Jesus. When you get top streamers to play in your chess tournament, when Schlatt convinces all of them to quit chess and play checkers. True. True. Oh, we've already seen this. Okay. Helpful guide for new chatters. When something cool happens, pog you. When something funny happens, lol. When something unfortunate happens, sag. When Alex says there will be a stream tomorrow, shut up. I'm always on time and I stick to my schedule. No queen, easy. Botez, no queen, easy. That's actually really funny. That's actually really good. That's a good one. Oh my god, she looks like such a boomer who doesn't know how to use the camera. She looks like she has no idea that it's on. This is like when Mama Botez picks up the phone. This is adorable. This is adorable. Just another day in Botaslavia. Stop using this photo. I'm not gonna look at the meme. Please stop using this photo. Please stop. When what Alex said she's strong. What is this? Yes. Wait, is this me? I kind of look pretty lit. I look like that's kind of cool. I don't know what that is, but I think it worked. Oh my god. A swarm of 2,000 bees. Yo, thanks, Matrix. I hope you've been well. It's good to see you around. A swarm of 20,000 bees once followed a car for 2 days because their queen was trapped. That was a good one. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. It was funny. It was funny. Okay, next. This is, I thank you for the edit. This was exactly what I felt like. Oh, we've seen this one. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Holy smokes. Had I seen this before we went axe throwing, I would have freaked out. Oh my god. Okay, we've seen this one as well. What? No. Thanks, guys. I actually thought it was me too. This looks like me. Sag. Okay, no! Stop it! Connected? What is this? Is this just because we're doing the same expression? This is true. That is a very nice hat, Andrea. You should wear it on stream more often. Base Pro shops? I don't get this meme. Who is this Base Pro? Andrea with her totally. Yeah, we looked at this one. Last post. Oh yeah, our Bota's live account died. Base? I don't know. I don't know. Your opponent Bota's gambits, you counter the Bota's gambit, your opponent destroys you in the end game. I haven't watched this, so I don't know it. When chat enters emote only, Julia, look at me. This is my chat now. True. Julia, you're a little bit of a spammer, I'm not gonna lie. But I can tell that you enjoy it, so it's kind of cute, you know? This one I thought was funny. We've already seen. Oh my god, dude. This video gets me every time. It gets me every time. Alex should get a lizard instead of a tarantula. I mean, this guy is cute too. Oh, Samai after hugging his coach when he won. That's so cute. That's so cute. What the heck is this? Explanation of Bota's memes. So as someone quite new to the Bota sisters, can someone explain some of the more common memes? A lot of them are confusing. Alex is untidy. I'm not untidy. Alex went on a date. He left. Fake news. Alex wearing a suit. This is weird. Again, this is on Alex. Milk and cheese. I don't think I've talked about milk and cheese. What? Okay. This is oh, unsave. I didn't mean to save it. No, the I am clean. The date story was just, I only told it for content. Never happened. Tinder only because it was sponsorship. The suit. Andrea was also wearing a suit. Milk and cheese, I have no idea what that is. Yeah. What is this? We all love Andrea, don't we? Where's we all love Alex, huh? 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 Okay, what is it? There's me. There's Andrea. What is this? Dude, what are these memes? Why are you putting us on like these meaty men? What is going on? I'm so confused. What is this?
Let me channel my inner Hikaru.
He's not there. Knock, knock. Not there.
I just closed the chest cave actually. It's a shitty joke.
No fucking way.
That's actually really funny. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, I think I've seen all of these.
Don't stop.
Join the Discord. Dude, these monkeys are lit. He's just lurking. Oh, this reminds me of Andrea. This guy's got some baggage going. Jeez. I love that these monkeys are just jamming. Oh, he's so happy. I don't know what we're watching, but I can't stop. Thank you, awesomeness. I didn't know monkeys were so lit. The monkeys do be vibing though. I agree. I agree. Okay, why are mods spamming? Yo, Callie! Thank you for the 10 subs. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really like the monkey memes. I also like saying monkey like that. It just gives me different energy. All right, I don't trust the mods on this, but I'm gonna open it. I bet it's... How did you get this? How did you get this? Thanks, Trust Soviet Bear. Did I post this? Did I ever think it was a good idea to post this? Wait, did I? Oh, okay. Yeah, this looks like my Snapchat archives. Yeah. I posted this a few years ago. I could believe that. It does look like what I would have posted a few years ago. I do look like a little bit of a gremlin, although I'm not. Memory loss? No, but this is an old clip. It's been a long time since I think I posted something like this. We don't have memory loss, but you guys, if you want more stuff in the Reddit, I love reacting to the Reddit when it's not super weird. So I guess it's always super weird, even when it's super weird. If you guys want us to react to your stuff, join our Reddit, add whatever you like. I generally post a lot of stuff, weird stuff, so that's okay. Please, no, not again, please. What are you worried about, Babtuned? What is so concerning? How's your headache doing today? My headache is much better. I was not feeling great yesterday. Also, where did chat go? We used to have chat on here. I think I let Andrea edit it, so that's probably why. And now it looks really dark too. There we go. A little bit more bright. The Botez account doesn't even follow it. Well, I check it all the time. Chat is a little bit dead today, but that is okay because we did watch a monkey video for 2 minutes. So I think we may have scared some people off. You looked at that. Oh, was that in selfies and faces? No, it makes sense. Yo, Quail King, thank you for the 3 months. If you guys want to join the Discord, we have a link. And our Discord is very fun. The monkeys were lit though. No, they kind of were. Discord. Yeah, I'm having trouble pronouncing things as I normally do temporarily. We did study chess for 2 hours, and I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Only sub chat is fun. Yeah, our sub chat is actually very fun on Discord. Study session. No, we already had our study session. We all learned how to land an eagle. Exactly. Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. Did you change something with your teeth? Yeah, I did. But my current teeth right now are not my actual teeth. Right now I'm testing how it feels to have veneers over my teeth. And my teeth are really big right now. This is not what they're gonna look like. But I just wanted to see if it would change my bite and my tone of speech. We studied chess for 2 hours, and I know less now than when I started. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. You joined the Discord. Okay, good. Well, I hope you guys are gonna like it. Lisa, as in trees. This is a Lisa. Lisa. So you mean like a Z? Is that it? We all read reassess your goat. Exactly. Anyway, tomorrow we are going to be streaming. Let me check what we were planning. Tomorrow. Oh, tomorrow we actually don't have. Oh, tomorrow is call day. Tomorrow we have a ton of calls. Holy smokes. Yeah, I think we're not streaming tomorrow. So then we're going to be back on Wednesday. Unless Andrea wants to stream, then she might be coming back. But yeah, tomorrow I am not streaming because I have to finish a lot of stuff offline. Andrea may or may not stream. However, we finally got our IRL working. So now we are going to be entering a new era of Botez Live, assuming I find the one missing wire that I couldn't find last time, where we will be doing a lot more IRL content, but also a lot of fun chess stuff. What's up with all of the homeless tents on the sidewalk? Oh, don't get me started. I spent some time there the other day. I was on a walk and I was, walking by the city council building or whatever it's called, the town hall. There's a ton of tents outside because apparently Austin is making it a criminal act to have your camping. And I understand why they're doing this because there's homeless tents all over the city and there's just some streets that are nothing but tents. But at the same time, there's no solution for where these people can go. And from talking to them, there's apparently no support either. So that's really unfortunate. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, thank you, Murphinman, for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate it. So it's definitely an imperfect solution that is going to hurt a lot of people. Not a good look for Austin. No, I agree. I mean, if they're going to kick people off